What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you an update today of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and ADA. Those are four we're going to be looking at today. And what I want to do is start with Bitcoin here on the 4-hour time frame so we can get a little detail, and then we're going to work our way out. So right now, Bitcoin's sitting at $41,450. We're down about 0.5%. Guys, this was a really nice move coming in for Bitcoin. If we step back and we really take a look at this here, we've been in this downtrend for so long now. I mean, this has almost been about 80 days that we've been having nothing but lower highs and lower lows coming in. So it's extremely important that we have broken out through this trend line, and we've broken out through this trend line on above average volume. So that's what we're looking for. It's not weak volume and right away we just roll back over. So it's good to see that we did have heavier volume. Now what I would anticipate to the downside here, if we do have some type of retracement, I would anticipate a back test of this trend line that we've broke out through. If that happens, it's going to hurt our performance moving forward a little bit. But it's something that you have to be prepared for, because about 58% of the time you will get these throwbacks and we'll come back to this area. So let's be aware of that. If we don't come back to this area, guys, and we basically just flag out here and we move sideways and down a little bit, the next pop, the anticipation that I would look for would probably be up around $45,000 is going to be the area, and then it's going to be that big round psychological number of 50,000 along with 52,000 for overhead resistance. In terms of support, we wouldn't want to drop much below, I would say, about $38,800, then be down to around that $36,500. Those are the areas that we're going to want to be able to hold and obey. So now if we step out to the 12-hour time frame here, this will give us a little bit better of a picture for Bitcoin. So guys, paying attention to the higher lows that have been coming in. So we had our low, we had our high, higher low, lower high, higher low, about a double top there, higher low again, and then we pushed up here. So it's going to be important that we keep this level here, this higher low, which is going to be around $3,600 there on the 12-hour time frame. And then if we get into the 1 day, you can see we did have a daily candle close outside of this trend line, and that's what you want to see on good volume right there. We just want to get that follow through is what's going to be important for us. So we have to realize right now we've been in a short-term uptrend since the 23rd of January. So we need to keep this going and get more time under our belt here so that we can keep this move going to the upside and challenge some of these higher levels. So on the 1 day, our relative strength right now is at 55, so nothing too crazy there. If we look at a 12-hour time frame, we're up around 63. If we get to our 4-hour time frame, we're going to be up around 74. So that shows that we may have a little bit of cooling off period since our relative strength is getting a little overextended there on the 4-hour time frame. But overall, I do like to see these signals that Bitcoin's breaking out on heavier volume. And also, guys, if you get some from these videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, help this channel out the best that you can. Smash up that thumb button. It's always appreciated if you get something from this. So next, what we're going to move into is Ethereum. And let me know if you guys have been trading. Were you buying the fear like we were talking about and you're getting a nice little bounce now? Have you just been hodling throughout this whole time? I would love for you to put it down low. And also what you're doing this weekend. I'm going to be moving a lot of snow. We've had about a foot of snow and just a lot of snow blowing and things like that. So it's keeping me busy. So here on the 4-hour time frame, what's going to be important for Ethereum, we want to continue to keep these higher lows coming in. So right here, guys, you can see our low, high, higher low, lower high, higher low, higher low, and then a higher high here. So this is going to be an important area that we're getting up to. If we do start to have a retracement, I would look for us to hold about $2,800 is going to be my support area, and then be down to around that $2,600. So those are the main areas we want to hold. In terms of breaking up through, we want to continue to hold 3,000 as support, and then we'd go up there and try to challenge some of these higher levels like 3,264 is going to be an area. Relative strength is going to be at 73 right now for Ethereum. If we step out to the 12-hour time frame, same deal. Really clear pattern with these higher lows right here. Higher low, higher low, higher low. That's what we want to continue. Our relative strength is going to be at 64, so not too bad there. Then if we get into the 1 day, relative strength can be at 54, so plenty of room there. Had a really nice strong Maribozu candle here showing strength to the upside, so we just want to get that continuation, go up and challenge some of these higher levels, guys. In terms of support, let's look at $2,600 is going to be the main area of support that we really need to hold. But just stepping back here, we're trying to change this trend. That's what's so important for us here, guys. It's like we did back in this range, changing the trend and then getting back to the upside here. And it all starts with that first higher low, working your way to the upside there. So that's going to be Ethereum. Let's see if we can get a little bit more of a bounce there, keep that moving up into some of those higher levels, 3,200, and then around that 3,500 if we can keep this moving there. So that's going to be ETH. Next one we're going to get into is ADA. If you're here for ADA, let me know down low. I'll keep covering it. It's one I have some conviction on here, guys. We found some support at around $1, 106. So what we need to do here is set higher lows, which is going to be important. So we kind of have a little bit of an equilibrium mess going on here on the 1-day time frame. If we get into the 12-hour time frame, this might show it a little bit better. Same deal, still equilibrium, but we did start to break to the upside there on a little bit heavier volume. So that's what you want to see as we break out of these equilibriums. I would target up around 120 is going to be overhead resistance, and we're going to look at about 125. In terms of support, we don't want to go much lower than 105 to $1. Relative strength on the 12 is going to be at 57. If we take a look at the 4-hour time frame, a little more clarity. And see, guys, just really bouncing back and forth. You can almost draw a trend line here, one of these symmetrical triangles, getting that break to the upside now. So we want to see that continuously move to the upside there. Relative strength is going to be at 71 on the 4-hour time frame. So really watch these areas for ADA, guys. And if you're here for it, let me know. It's one I think could do really well down the road. And if we take a look at Litecoin, doing great here, 122. So congratulations, anybody who's in Litecoin. We have our nice higher lows coming in here on the 4-hour time frame. We want to continue that. If we do pull back here, I would look roughly at about 115 to hold us support. So that's what we want to see, hold us support, and then be down to around that 112 is going to be the main areas. In terms of overhead resistance, we got to crack 125. Then I would say probably around that 130, that big round psychological number there. On the 4-hour, we're looking at a 70 for our relative strength index. If we get out to the 12-hour time frame, still scouting these higher lows right here, want these to continuously be coming in. It's going to be important for us. Relative strength can be at 60, so we have room there. And then if we get out to the 1-day time frame and take a look at this, our relative strength just now is getting crossed this 50 line, which is important, guys. That's what we talked about, how fast and how hard we dropped on this side. Sometimes you can make it up on the back side extremely quick as well. So it's something that I always like to pay attention to because it's almost like a gap. Since crypto doesn't really close, you still have daily candles. But yeah, this big push down, we'll see if we can get a move back to the upside there. So just some things I'm looking at, guys. Hope you get some from this. Have a wonderful weekend. Let me know what you're doing down low. God bless you all.